Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Cover. We finally arrived at the finale, the last issue of the Korvac Saga, Part 10, Avengers 177 from 1978, Those Who Lay Dying. And can anybody guess? So you've got all these fallen Avengers all over the place. Iron Man, Ms. Marvel, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, Captain America, Yellow Jacket. Who is the lone guy here trying to pound some life into Hawkeye? He's got his medical bag. Gee, who could it might be? Dr. Donald Blake, perhaps? There you go. Let's see, doing the art on the cover. It's not listed here. I wonder who this is for this issue. I did not look it up. Yeah, don't know. Not sure. Maybe you guys below know. I'll, of course, after I get done with this episode, I'll go look it up. But cool cover, right? Final issue. What do we got? On the inside, we've got Jim Shooter, of course, editor-in-chief, writer. Dave Wenzel did the pencils once again. The inks split by Pablo Marcus and R. Villamonte. I forget what his first name was. Denise Wall, letterer. Nell Yomtov, colorist, and Roger Stern was the editor. So The Hope and the Slaughter. There we go. And then, of course, you got Energized Spider-Man over here. So, of course, now Korvac is building up to being the all-powerful being that he has been kind of hinting at. You got all the Avengers. Some of the Guardians are there. Now the big battle will commence. Right? So here, you have ruined everything, Avengers. Before you piece together the clues which led you here, I had veiled my existence from the great powers of the cosmos. But an encounter this significant shall not escape their notice. And then they go, they show. Even now, on the mystic rainbow bridge to Asgard, Heimdall, the all-seeing sentinel of the Norse gods, casts his gaze hither. Then they mentioned the Watcher is watching, Eternity, Mephisto, Odin, Zeus, right? So all of a sudden now everybody's going to be notified that there is this tremendous battle going on. Okay, so they're all kind of getting ready to see what's going to happen with this. Right there you see the Guardians are alerted. They need to get over to what's going on. All right. So they do show up. Things aren't looking too good already. So now what does he do? Korvac blows up the ship that their other member is on. So they're like, no, Vance. And so, of course, you know, that's Vance Astro, right? So then the other female member of the Guardians, she goes and attacks him. He casts her aside, smashes her. She's probably dead. All right, Quicksilver goes to make a run. He smashes him aside. The Vision and the rest of the Guardians and Wonder Man, and they all attack. So now everybody gets into it here, and he's just you know, knocking everyone aside, even the mighty Thor. Right. So this is how serious this is getting here. Iron Man's like, hit him hard, and then all of a sudden Iron Man says, "Oh, we should grab his woman." Right. Karina, get the girl, but you know, that comes, so of course he sees that happen and he's just like, Karina, no, and just starts smashing them all around, right? Ms. Marvel gets into the fray. Captain Marvel shows up, so this is pretty cool because this is like an all hands on deck battle, right? I got a cool little ad for some upcoming Marvel specials. You remember those? You guys remember those? I had at one point the Silver Surfer one, and I think I had the Hulk one, but don't know what happened to those. I either sold them or traded them, or I don't know. Don't remember. All right, so here we go. We continue. It looks like they're starting to make a dent because they're trying to think a little bit smarter here. So they get him to turn back to his regular, like kind of like human form. Captain America throws his shield. It's always Cap. Cap's always the guy, even though all the other strong ones are failing miserably. So Cap goes and nails him with the shield, starts pounding away. But, of course, Korvac starts to power back up again, throws Cap through a wall. Oh, here we go. Hello, Super Dogs. This is the infamous Milk Dud Super Dud sweepstake. Sweepstakes, I should say. Dr. Doom says, you. All right, so now finally he's tired of standing around watching all of his allies get bombarded. Wonder Man steps in, and he is just wailing away. And Michael says, okay, you are proven to be a tough guy here. But in the end, he gets blasted too. So this is not a good fight here. And then the Moon Dragon's watching. All right, so she's like, I alone understand. I alone. Yet there is nothing to be done. The hope is gone, dead. But they're all focusing their efforts. All the ones that are still standing, focusing their efforts, blasting. Karina is watching on, in peril. Subscribe to Pizzazz while you're at it. And finally, after all their efforts, it looks like they have finally done what needed to be done. But in the ensuing battle, they assume he's dead, but what really happened is he transferred a lot of his power over to Karina. So now she's pissed off. You killed him because, of course, she's in love with him. So now she's powering up. And here we go again. Never ends, right? So through the might of them, Thor then uses all his power in the mighty Mjolnir, but he's hesitant because he's like, I've never struck a woman before. But she then tells him that you must strike me, because I think she realizes what's going on is not right. So she forces Thor's hammer Mjolnir to blast her with all the power, and she basically, what does she do? She dies. She stumbles over to Michael, grabs his hand in death, and that is it. So let me read you a little bit here. And Thor says, she is dead, but Moondragon, son of Odin, can you not see she wished only to die? I observed all. In the heat of the battle, I dared to walk the plains of Michael's mind. I have seen inside his heart and touched the souls of Michael and his beloved. He was not evil, Thor. He sought not to rule us, nor even to interfere with our madness. He wished only to free us from the capricious whims of eternity. What sayest thou, woman? Should we have died in his stead? No, once it had begun, there was no way to stop fate's relentless advance. What could have happened did. Nonetheless, we are to blame. Not so, woman. He did not slay us callously. I sensed his remorse when he struck down Nikki, and I knew then that this was not an evil heart. When Karina doubted him and his heart was broken, he reached out in his last strength to those who lay dying and restored them, even those who had passed beyond what mortals believed to be death. There was no longer need for us to die. Then the Avengers live? Some will just barely. A doctor is needed. So basically, in his kind of dying seconds there, he basically said, we got to revert what happened here. So he restored life to all the Avengers that he just decimated, right? So here, why are you thinking that he killed all these Avengers? And in actuality, he did not. So basically what happens here, so Moondragon's like, we need a doctor in the house. So there's all the Avengers laying around, crumpled, recovering, half dead, whatever. And so Thor reveals his self to Moondragon as Don Blake. And he gets to work on all the Avengers. I'll read you a little bit of the ending here. So it says, I do not understand all this, woman. Can it be that Michael was just and we were the villains? Verily then, his innocent blood is in our hands. And then he smacks his hammer on the floor, reverts to Don Blake. If it is, I'm almost sorry I know it. You have work to do, Doctor. Your patients need you. Yes, must get to work. Concentrate on your work, Dr. Blake. Heal them, and as you do, your memory of what I told you will fade. I command it. Yes, it will fade. And then she says, you will recall naught of the terrible deed we have done. You and the others will believe that the Avengers have again earned a great triumph, but I will remember forever, as she cries and walks off camera. So basically, yeah. So it's just because of the fact that they went through this whole battle with him. Once they realized that he was not an evil being and he was not looking, him killing them or trying to anyway was not really what he wanted to do. Now the fact that both him and Michael and Karina, Korvac and Karina, were killed, Moondragon is absolutely correct. There's no way we could all live with that. Well, she has to, right? Because she's wiping their memories out of all that happened here. So all they're going to remember is that they defeated a villain and blah blah blah. But in actuality, that was not the case. That was not the case, and was not his intent. So she's now going to have to shoulder that memory for all of them, because none of them will remember. So in next issue, The Return of the Beast double agent. So remember, the Beast has been kind of missing throughout this whole thing, or most of it anyway. So yeah, and on the back we got a cool little Lego thing. This was right around the time where Legos were starting to get really interesting, right? Now, forget Legos. Jeez, you can do anything with Legos. You can build the world with a Lego, right? So anyway, thanks for watching this final part 10 of the Korvac Saga, Avengers number 178. If you, and as far as, it's funny, I've seen a bunch of people kind of remark on the art, how the art of these issues went kind of downhill once George Perez dropped off the series. And yeah, to an extent, but I still think this was pretty well done by Dave Wenzel and Pablo Marcus. But yeah, it started off amazing, right? But still the story is really cool. It's very, very different. I really enjoy this saga here. So the Korvac Saga, number 10 of 10. Issue number 177. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we've got the links to the Sea of Tranquility merch page where you can get yourself a comic book geezer shirt as well as a coffee mug if you're someone who drinks coffee or tea. The shirt is really cool. It's one of Wild Bill's designs. He worked with David, our merch guy, to come up with something really cool. It's got the Fiend on it, right? So if you haven't checked that out, the link is in the video description box, and you can go hop over there and pick one up. So thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pete Pardo. I'll be back this week with Wild Bill. We're taping a bunch of episodes, actually, so you'll have some stuff of the dynamic duo once again. So till then, have a good one, everybody. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.